are back, and we have Mike Mooney, and he is in the cast of Dracula the Musical, and we have the director, Doug Anderson. We have Clay Nielsen, who owns the place.
And is also in the show.
And is also in the show. So, we want to talk about that, but there's other things going on. It's been a while since you've been on, and you got Rock Nativity coming up, and
we're going to be busy.
I know, and you've got a world premiere. Is that
right? Yeah, Drinking Habits 2. For anyone who saw Drinking Habits 1, we'll be doing Drinking Habits 2, and we will be the world premiere for the show. We kind of beat out a theater that's going to be doing it in Chicago.
Oh,
so we will be the first ones anywhere to put on the show. Well, famous playwright. So, and that will be in November.
Okay. Before we get into Dracula, though, Martha Sorahan was on Friday, and we were having a rather serious discussion. Has there ever been a serious play done about nuns?
Yes.
Agnes of
Agnes
God?
of
Oh,
God.
God.
Yeah.
I remember the movie.
Yeah.
Did they have Jane Fonda in it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I know there have been others, but I'm drawing a blank on which ones.
That one, Susan Sarandon as the death row nun. I remember
Oh,
the movie
yeah.
about that one. I
Right.
remember
Yeah.
play about that one. But.
Okay, so that's enough about serious nuns for today. So tell us about the play.
Well, first of all, you've been saying the name wrong. It's not Dracula the Musical. It's Dracula the Musical.
Oh, okay.
It actually has a question mark in the title.
Well, actually, the website for Bit had Darkula, so...
We fixed that.
It is Dracula, but it's the musical. It's.
Is that because nobody in the cast can sing? Or?
No. Actually, we have some very strong singers in the cast, and the music is quirky, but definitely catchy. I think it's because just the concept of a Dracula musical is so odd to start with. I think is a big part of the reason. And the music is really not the main thrust of it. A lot of musicals, that's what the show is about, but this one is just, I call it inspired stupidity. It's an hour and a half of corny puns and bad sight gags and all sorts of melodramatic acting, and it's just goofy. It's great fun.
Is it scary?
There are some very mildly scary moments,
Okay.
maybe, but very mildly. Little children might be slightly frightened.
Okay.
It's mostly when Mike, who plays the crazy man, gets out toward the audience. You're not sure you want to be too close to this guy.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking my grandson's a theater nut if he's 6.
Oh, it's definitely very family friendly.
Okay, so and he always likes to be up in the balcony, so he wouldn't be too close. So.
Right?
That's his favorite spot there. So is there a plot to this?
Sort of. Dracula is, as in the classic story, Dracula is attempting to convert Mina Seward to be his bride, his vampire bride. And the plot has to do with the Seward family and their guests for a dinner party trying to prevent Dracula from doing this. It gets stranger from there, and it departs pretty far from the original story.
So where do you come in? Are you a crazy guest?
Well,
Mike?
the place where it takes the setting is a sanitarium, and I'm one of the inmates.
Oh, all right.
Yes. And vampires can't enter a place unless they're invited.
Yeah.
Right. So his role in the plot is that he's the one who invites the vampire in.
Because anybody that's sin is not going to invite a vampire.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, he's got some great songs and really some nice goofy bits to do.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of sight gags, just plenty of sight gags.
Yeah. And some of the best one-liners in the show. There are
Right.
lots of good one-liners in the show.
We've got rubber bats flying around.
Oh.
Yes.
So I was going to say you have some special effects.
Oh yeah. And the mirror.
Not very good special effects.
I won't give
If
away.
you're in awe of lousy special effects.
Yes, if you're in all lousy special effects, this is the place for you.
Like Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I won't,
So
I won't
you
give
can-
away how the mirror works, but the mirror is my favorite special
Yeah.
effect. The way vampires can't be seen in a mirror, and the way we handle that, you've never seen anything like it before, and you probably will hope never to see anything like it again.
So you was talking about Plan 9. Does that mean you can see the strings?
Well, yeah, you're definitely going to see the strings
Yes.
on the bats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, we have to get Dracula on and off stage in some manner, so we have rubber bats that go flying.
So who plays Dracula?
His name is Tyler Kogar, and he's very good. He's from Madison. He's a college student. He's done a lot of stuff out in that area. He was in Your Good Man Charlie Brown.
Oh, all right.
He was Schroeder in Your Good Man Charlie
Okay.
Brown. So he's very good.
yeah.
And my daughter, Sydney Nielsen, plays Mina.
Oh, all right.
So,
So how many are in the cast?
8 people. Yeah. And we've got Clay, Mike, Tyler, Sydney, Emily Miller from Geneva, and
Sherry Cassidy.
Sherry Cassidy.
John Rose plays Van Helsing,
Right.
who's the one who's
Oh.
hunting the vampire.
Okay.
And we have a Conneaut teenager, Eric Slayton, also in the cast.
Okay. Was Emily Miller was?
She was also in.
She was Snoopy.
Snoopy, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember interviewing her on that. So why did you decide on Dracula? Because it's Halloween? Have you seen this before?
Actually, I directed it once before at the Ashtabula Arts Center.
Oh, all right, yeah.
About 8 years ago or so. I love the show. It's just, like I said, an hour and a half of inspired stupidity and nothing but laughter. It's just great fun. Very entertaining.
You need that every once in a while.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, because I'm not sure the dates are, it's this weekend and next weekend.
That's right.
Correct. Yeah.
So
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend,
Okay.
and then just Friday and Saturday next weekend.
And what is it? What time?
7:30.
Okay. 7:30.
The doors will open at 7 o'clock for people to come in.
Okay. And I saw it's $10.
Yeah, $10 for adults, $8 for students.
Okay, I can announce it now. That's not a bad price.
No, I think we're under the mark for most area theaters, so
Right.
Yeah.
kind of do it to just try and get people in the doors. We want to introduce the theater experience to as many people as we can.
That's why I really like Halloween shows, because you get a crowd of people that normally don't go to theater shows. They don't come into the theater normally, except they see Dracula or they see. I was in both of the Frankensteins down at the Conneaut Arts Center, and that you see this entire group of people that you don't normally see come in to shows, and that's really cool because it's a way of introducing people to the theater that normally have no exposure to it.
Right. You might see them at Rocky Horror
Yeah.
or something
Right,
like that.
right,
Or,
Along those lines, we'd certainly like to encourage people, if they have costumes to wear, go ahead and wear them to the show too.
Yes.
You want more than one Dracula is okay as long as he doesn't get up on stage.
That's right,
Exactly,
yeah. Have a Dracula death match up on stage.
Well, talk about what kind of stage, what did you have to do there?
Well, we had to build an entire stage back on. We've made it look like a kind of a castle interior. We've added a bunch of things that we haven't done before. Some of the technical capabilities that we're coming up with are starting to come to fruition in this show. We're going more computerized lighting rather than some of the conventional lighting, so we can shape the colors that we have on stage and all that kind of thing. So it's a process. I mean, this is another brick in the wall that we're building over there.
Right.
So we keep adding things every time, and there's more things that are added for this show as well. And we've got fog that's going off. We're going to have the special lights everywhere, the special colors. We'll have black lights going off, so it'll be interesting.
I know that you're the light man. You showed me when we had a tour. You showed me all the lights you had there.
Right.
So, and you can operate lighting like off the iPad.
Sure. Yeah, we can operate lighting off the iPad. We'll soon be able to run all of our music off the iPad as well. So I guess I'm making it easy on whoever's doing the technical thing. They can sit down and watch the show and just sit there on their iPad and play
That would
with
be
that and watch
interesting.
it.
So they can just sit with the audience.
Sure. Yeah, they can do that now with the lighting. They can run everything, the entire show from an iPad in the audience.
So do you have an orchestra?
We have a
An accompanist.
An accompanist,
yeah.
yeah.
Caitlin Rose, whose
Yeah.
father is in the show.
Oh, okay.
recently added and is doing a terrific job.
Yes.
She's done music and actually been on stage a lot in Asheville Arts
Oh,
Center.
Yes, yeah, and at Rabbit Run, and yes, she's done. She's a veteran.
Yeah, she's
been around for.
Was she in the Sinatra thing?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, she was in My
Right.
Way. She was also in Company this past
Right.
spring. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's been there. I think her first show there was Peter Pan, about a little over 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
'Cause they just-
When she was just a teenager.
Yeah, but she came in last night and took over the music and just did a terrific job playing it.
Yeah, because I know that when she's not on stage, that she's doing music at the Asheville Arts
Right,
Center.
yeah, she's a vocal
Right.
teacher there.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So it's nice the way. I guess there has to be a little bit of competition. Foreigners starting at the Asheville Arts Center the same night as you're doing things, but people go back and forth,
Right.
different things. And you've been at Rabbit Run. And
Yes, Rabbit Run, Giaga, the Arts
You're
Center.
doing something in Geneva also.
No, I haven't done
No.
anything there.
Oh, really? I thought that
No.
was something that you're.
No,
No.
no.
Are you sure you're not forgetting I'm right?
I don't know, maybe. That's possible.
Something at the wineries or something.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we do the murder mysteries. Yeah, sorry about that.
So I was right.
That's a different thing, though. Yeah. A different part of the brain. Yeah, we do the murder mysteries at winery at Spring Hill in Geneva.
Okay, yeah. Up there on 84.
Yeah.
All right. So how easy? What are you doing with the theater? I know that it's, every time I go there, it's like in construction.
new
and
things.
then you can't go there during the day that there isn't a ladder up on the stage.
That's about
or
right. I would say we're just continuing the process right now. We've got a bunch of things we brought in for the kitchen downstairs as well. So that'll probably be this winter's project is trying to get a kitchen installed down the basement so that we have the capability to produce meals for either a dinner theater or at least for cast members and parties that we would have there.
You're talking about one time about maybe having it for like receptions or something too.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and we purchased another building nearby where we've moved a lot of the tools that we were using in the basement of the theater over to the other place so that we can try to keep the dust and noise and construction stuff down so that we could actually have some kind of a reception or an event there.
You know, I was just thinking, I'm sure that you thought of this a year and a half ago, but I just thought about it right now. Is that theater it's the one right beside the fire station on Buffalo.
Right.
That was a church.
Yes.
It still looks much like a church.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have people getting married. They could go down the
Sure.
aisle, go up onto the stage,
Sure.
and get married. Everybody's going to be able to see them okay. They can
Right.
be in the balcony, and then you can go down for the reception.
Yeah, we actually had a request this summer. We thought somebody was going to be coming in a couple days. They had an emergency. They were going to have an outdoor wedding, and it looked like it was just going to be awful weather outside. So they came by and stopped and said, "Can we have a wedding here on Saturday?" We were like, okay. You know, we've got like a yard deep of stuff to move, but yeah, we could probably pull it together. But it turned out they didn't need to because the weather changed a little bit, like it does here. But yeah, we have the capability to do that, and we're open to it.
That is a very versatile area.
Yes.
Theater there.
Mm-hmm.
It's already had its head dance, and you've got things coming up with the Conneaut Arts Center.
Oh my gosh, we got a ton of stuff coming up. We've got the drinking habits too. Then we've got Rock Nativity coming
Right.
up. We've got another puppet show coming up in December.
Right.
We've got the Conneaut Arts Center is going to be doing a ballet performance.
In December?
Yes, I think the 18th to 20th is the dates on it. And it's going to be sort of their choreographer Tessa Deutsch's interpretation of the Nutcracker. So she's going to be doing kind of a skewed view of the Nutcracker, and they'll be doing that there those days.
Well, if anybody knows the Nutcracker, it's Tessa.
Yeah.
She's been in it.
Yes.
Let's take a break and we'll talk about more things coming up after this. Okay. All right, we are back. We have Mike Mooney, actor. We have director Doug Anderson, and we have Clay Nielsen. They are at Arlene's Broadway on Buffalo, which I guess it still can be called the new theater.
Yes.
It's opened in August of 2014.
Yep.
With during D-Day weekend.
Right. Yeah, we did Who's on First there. And actually, the person who wrote Who's on First is the same one who wrote Dracula the Musical.
Oh, all right.
But under a different name.
Oh.
Yeah, he had multiple pseudonyms.
So he's written just like zillions of plays under multiple different pseudonyms.
I kind of thought that the theater was kind of quiet for a lot of the summer, but
It was. We just ran out of time for doing things. We're kind of a small crew, and we had plans to do a kids musical, and things fell through with the director and other things. So we just let that one go.
But you are looking at maybe, the Conneaut Arts Center is doing, supposed to be doing Schoolhouse Rock next year there.
Yeah, they're going to be doing that in early winter, I think. I'm not sure what the exact dates were, but yeah, they're going to be there.
When you see a bunch of people in the theater, you know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, there must be somebody doing something there. Yeah, okay.
Well, okay, tell us about, now you had Drinking Habits there. And now Drinking Habits 2.
Right.
And you guys are getting the world premiere of that. So how did that happen?
We've been in contact with the playwright. He saw some of the videos that we posted, clips from the show, on YouTube channel. Actually, Michael Orlando posted some of the video clips on YouTube channel, and he saw those and he was very impressed with the job we've done. He'd been communicating back and forth and said, I just finished this play and it's available now. And he just wanted to make it available to all the people who've done the play before. And so we talked about it and eventually came to a discussion we could free up some time in November to do it, which was going to be pushing us a little bit, but and we got in there under the wire before there's a place in Chicago that's doing it, so we will be the world premiere, and he's excited.
He should come down here.
Well, he may. He has the rights in that. He can be at any performance he wants, be any rehearsal that he wants to, contractually. So
where's your $10?
I know. I want to see some ID. Let's see a birth certificate there, buddy.
Yeah. Like, what would Donald Trump say? Yeah, I want to see a birth certificate. So that's.
So we are. I'm personally hoping that he makes his way out there, and I'm encouraging the cast to be as close to possible as having their minds exact when they're doing the show.
Sometimes at different theaters, when I do videos like a few days before, a week before, and sometimes you wonder if they're going to be ready.
Yes.
I can remember one, not at your theater, but another one, where it's a line. Oh man.
We were still doing that as of Thursday, but starting last night, the cast understands that if something goes wrong, they have to say it. And this cast is going to be great.
Things
I'm not worried at all.
Rolled right through pretty well last time.
Yeah, went very smoothly.
It sounds as if though that the whole play is so wacky that if somebody has to cover up or whatever, unless you've got you looked up the play on the internet and are reading along. Well, let's go back to Drinking Habits 2, though. First of all, I don't know if I would want to be in a cast where it's the world premiere and the guy that wrote it is there.
Possibly going to be there, yeah, I know. It puts a lot of pressure on you, definitely. The cast is mostly back for this one, too. It's almost the exact same cast as we had for the one that we did last year. So they're rolling. I mean, they have the characters down, and they're making a lot of progress on the lines already. So we should be in good shape. We're just hoping that everything goes well.
So how do you, if it's in November, that's like 2 weeks from now is November.
Right.
So how do they practice in another part of the theater?
Yeah, they're practicing the basement now. And I'm kind of running back and forth currently between rehearsals. So after Dracula opens, I'll be able to be down there full-time except for weekends, of course.
So you're in that too?
No, I'm not in Drinking Habits. I'm directing it, though.
Oh, okay. So I guess you need to be there.
Yeah, it's kind of important. I could let him go, but not really sure what's going to turn out there.
So you're running between those, and
Yeah.
then the theater is also going to be used for the dance.
Right.
And so what else? It's one
The
of
puppet show.
And the puppet show.
Mhm.
And Rock Nativity.
And
Rock
Rock
Nativity.
Nativity. Yeah.
It's going to be busy. And then we're going on vacation.
So the drinking habits, though, kind of summarize that
Okay,
story there is.
Well, the last time that we dealt with the Sisters of Perpetual Sewing at the
Yeah,
convent.
I was there, but I can't remember the.
Yeah, they were in need of money to keep the convent open, and so
Right.
they started illegally making wine in their pressing room that they had typically used for grape juice. And so it was just a big farce about how they eventually got found out that they were making wine, and there was all kinds of confused identities and cross-dressing and just all kinds of craziness went on.
And you had the reporters that were there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay. Yeah.
And
Exposing the thing, because
Yeah.
there's nothing reporters want to do more than expose nuns that are making wine.
exactly. But it turns out at the end that their wine had won a prize. They won $50,000, and so they were able to keep the convent open. It's like, yay!
So what happens in part 2?
In part 2, they're also in need of more money. It's exactly the same characters as the first one. In part 2, they need the money because the orphanages that 2 of the characters grew up in is closing because it doesn't have any money. And so they're trying to rack their brains to decide how to make money to keep the orphanage open. And well, one of their clandestine ideas is to go ahead and make some more wine because they've been shut off from making more wine after everybody found out that they were making it. And their other idea is to have a play that the Reverend Mother had written when she was 14 years old and performed in when she was 14 years old. So they decided to do that out in the open. And the whole play is basically concerned with their production of this play within a play that they're doing. And it's really very fun. Because the Reverend Mother is playing the same part that she played when she was 14 years old. She's supposed to be a little girl who's 14 years old.
So maybe in her mind she's still 14
Yeah.
now. So is Ellen Coleman in that?
No, Ellen's one of the only people who
I was
could-
going to ask, because she
could
was
be
in the
back.
original.
Right,
And I know she's in
right.
Foreigner. I just realized that she was in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she couldn't do it. But
I don't know if I've ever seen a nun play without Ellen Coleman in it. You
Kind
guys
of a
never.
prototypical nun, yes. She's the naughty nun, but yeah, we just shifted some people around. So the one who played Mary Catherine, the very innocent nun, she's playing the part that Ellen played last time. And we're bringing in Rebecca Green Holmes. She played Lucy in Your Good Man Charlie Brown. She will be playing the part of Kate, who was the innocent nun who decided not to become a nun and got married to the gardener. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it's a continuation of the same craziness, and there's some wonderful scenes in it. We're busting out laughing. We just started blocking the show, and it's people are already breaking up in the cast. So it's a terrific group of people too.
Tell us about Rock Nativity, how that came to be. Because it was, unless
It was
it has not been shown for a few years.
no, it was kind of a tradition for Dietrich Productions
Right.
to do it. And so we had some people involved in the theater who said, this would be a great place to do Rock Nativity. It hasn't really been done in, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, since Chris died.
Yeah. Well, I think they did it
They
one
did
year
one
after,
production
after Chris
yeah,
died.
After he passed, yeah.
So we started having a dialogue with the people that were running kind of the legacy Chris Dietrich production thing, and decided we might want to try and do this, and plans kind of came together, I guess, late summer. We said, yes, we definitely want to do this, and got together with those people. And had auditions last week, and yesterday was the first rehearsal, the first music rehearsal, and it sounds like it's going to be a great show. It's a perfect fit for the theater.
I bet. I mean, I talked to Chris about that a lot over the years, and he really believed in it. And he said, "This is my holiday gift to the community. Is this play?" And I remember him saying that it's never done the same way twice. So if you've been to it before, it's not going to be the same.
Right. Yeah. Mark Pendleton is directing this
All
one.
right,
He's been
good.
in most of them.
Yeah.
And Michael Reif is doing the music, and he's done that for most of them as well. And they have some ideas, I think, to make this one a little different than the other ones that have done. Obviously, it's different. A lot of people, different cast members. So, very strong singers we saw last night at rehearsal. So I think it's going to be a terrific.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's Rock Nativity and it's got such a heritage here that I was just thinking. My Son's in Foreigner at the Ashtabula Arts Center. It's directed by Steve Rhodes.
Right.
And in 1994, it was his first introduction to theater was at the Ashtabula Arts Center, and it was Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay.
And Steve Rhodes directed that, so that was 21 years ago. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And Chris Dietrich played Puck, I think. Whatever. One of the
Bottom, I think.
Bottom, okay.
I think
Oh my God, was he hilarious in that. And that was my first introduction to Chris Dietrich. And then he called me about something one time and I saw, you're the guy from Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
It's just kind of interesting the way this whole theatrical thing kind of evolves and stays the same while it changes and everything else.
Yep. Yeah, Rock Nativity it's going to be a big cast. I think it'll probably be the biggest cast of anything that we've had on stage there. So that's going to present some challenges as well.
Right.
I bet there's probably going to be 30 or 35 people in this cast.
That sounds about right.
And
some kids?
yeah,
Lots of
quite
kids.
a few
A lot of
kids.
kids,
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to hearing it.
But your theater can accommodate that pretty well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't have a huge amount of space backstage, but we have a lot of space downstairs, and we can have probably as many actors as could fit in the theater, because it's easy access up to the stage from the downstairs. So as many as we can get on stage, I guess we could do that.
And you had the foresight to extend the stage,
Right,
whatever
right.
it was called when it was a church.
Right. Yeah, we made it made it bigger and put it out into the audience so everybody's closer to the audience for the performances, and it gives us a little more room to work with.
And you put the flooring down needed for dance.
Right. Yeah. We're storing the Conneaut Art Center's flooring under our stage now. So,
Is that right?
Yeah, I think they've kind of taken a permanent residence there, which is a great thing.
Yes.
I really love their performances. They are just terrific.
Yeah, the dance thing they did in the spring or whatever was pretty. Nintessa.
Right. Yeah. The I forget what the name of it was, but the Star Wars dance that they did. It was just inspired. Her choreography is fantastic.
Yes, Tessa's
Yeah.
amazing.
I took, I keep mentioning my grandson, which I probably do too much, but I took him to see that, and first we had to go right up into the balcony, and he's clapping, and the Star Wars things.
Put the memorial plaques up there. This is Bob's seat. This is
That's right.
Grandson's seat. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like Lincoln had the place
Right.
Ford's Theater, but that didn't work out too good.
And we could see about building you one of those little private seating things up there.
But that is nice up there. I mean, you get.
It is. The seats are just terrific, and we've opened the other side of the balcony now.
All right, I was going to ask about that.
We've cleaned all that stuff out, and we've opened the other side as well. So there's just tons of seats everywhere there.
Yeah, except for along the extreme sides,
Right.
it's pretty good seating, and that's where the orchestra was for Charlie Brown.
Right, and that's
it's
where
kind of not an orchestra pit, but an orchestra elevation.
the nest. We call it the nest. Yeah, the nest up there.
There we go.
And that's where Caitlin will be playing the piano up there as well.
Right.
So that will be. We've had inquiries from a comedian who wants to come in and possibly use the theater as well in February too.
Ah.
So, and I think that would probably make the every seat in the house good, because the only problem with the seats in the extreme corners is that you can't sometimes see under the edge of the stage. But if it's one person out there, I would think that would be a terrific seat as well.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, okay? So you've got Rock Nativity. You have something else coming up from the library where they have to get a ticket.
This Wednesday, they're doing The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. They have more puppets coming back. So that's at 6:30. I expect that'll be about an hour show,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll be running Dracula the Musical after that to as our part of our rehearsal week.
So, the Sleepy Hollow, does that go good with the Dracula scene?
I would think so. I would think so. Maybe we'll keep them around. We can add them in.
Creepy castle set. Yeah, I
Yeah.
Folks, if you wonder what the heck this scenery's doing here, you're just going to have to come back on Friday.
That's
Find
right.
out.
Yeah, and the people who are helping with painting the scenery have done a terrific job too.
Yes.
It looks very castle-like. It's a very nice set. So I think that'll be a good backdrop for them as well, for the Sleepy Hollow people. We have all kinds of things, and people coming to the audience can look around the set. We're going to have all kinds of little things everywhere on the set where people can discover what we put in there. We amuse ourselves putting those things in, but it gives them something to do as well.
Yeah.
We'll talk about everything again, review everything that's going on in the play, the dates, the times, AM and FM, and all that when we come back.
Okay. Great. Who dines on bugs? Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Have you actually done that just to get yourself ready for it? Or,
Not quite yet. We're still trying to figure out the props for that. I've played similar roles in Halloween shows before, so I have like gimmicked bugs. In the past I've had them, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it this time around. So
He's eating real bugs this time around. That's our story, and we're sticking to it, right?
So have you ever played the crazy guy in Arsenic and Old Lace? That seems like it would be a good fit for you.
Actually, when the Ashtabula Arts Center did Arsenic, I played the crazy guy.
Really?
And he was the doctor.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one trying to calm him down.
I did not remember that.
Which is sort of the reverse of real life.
So tell us, did you want to talk a little bit about like the painting, the artwork and stuff you have around there too?
Yeah, we've put a ton more artwork up. It came from a collection of my parents, collected over the years. And my father passed away this summer, and so I was given the entire collection of artwork. And so a lot of that stuff has gone up around the theater. So almost everything in the theater is an original work of art. There's a few photographs and there's a couple prints, I think. But there's just artwork just everywhere, and we're looking to add more and more as the years go by.
So when you first saw that the old church decided converted into a theater back 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, so it's been a little more. Has it become what you envisioned, or is it more? Is it
It's
less?
Probably more than I envisioned. Every show seems like it keeps on pushing what we think we can do and what we want to do with the theater, and so it just keeps growing and growing. I never would have envisioned having the capabilities that we have now, and so I'm sort of anxious to see what it will eventually evolve into. So we're trying to add people who have a vision and a passion for theater as well. Come down and help out whenever they have the desire to do so. And
Do you encourage like volunteers?
oh, absolutely, yeah. Volunteers, yes, we love volunteers. Please, volunteer.
We had a lot of volunteers painting the set.
Yes, we certainly did.
For Dracula. Yeah.
We had 5 or 6 people up there taping off the little rocks that they had to put on there and then painting the set. We had a friend back from college, a theater major, who just stopped in to see what we were doing and dragged her into it as well. So she ended up helping out, taping out the set.
If you've got any relatives that are missing that were downtown on Buffalo Street,
It's possible.
before you call the police.
There's absolutely no truth to the rumor that I have a cage in the basement where I have people cleaned up.
Okay, it's time for you to get out, do some painting, and
No
be back
manacles
in.
anywhere.
But you know, the theater has that there would have been no chance of Rock Nativity being performed in Conneaut before the theater there.
Probably not. I mean, you probably could do it in a regular church, but I think you'd be challenged. Technically, you have to bring in a lot of things and make a lot of allowances for it. Whereas we're pretty much set up for it. And we're looking for, I mean, we've been talking to the director, and we're also looking to push the boundaries on Rock Nativity, some of the things we may possibly be looking to do. We picked up a glass floor, at an auction over the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that may be something we'll be adding into the Rock Nativity set, because there's a ton of cool effects you could do with the glass floor as far as lighting in various ways.
So how big is the glass floors?
It's 8 by 12. It's in sheets, 15 inch wide by 8 foot sheets that weigh about 100 pounds apiece.
Wow.
So we've got that, and we're looking to use that, and we're looking to use that for other things as well, possibly for the ballet. Just see what other kinds of things we could do, because we are never content to rest on what we've done before. We've got to always add other things.
I don't know. It seems like I'm envisioning lighting coming up from the glass.
Yeah.
Of that.
Yes. Yeah. That, I think that would be the primary use of it. And you could also put it out close to the audience, and the audience would have that view up onto the glass floor from somebody underneath, which may or may not appeal to your interest as far as you go. But
This, so I'm a big Stones fan, and in 2005 they built this like tower. Apparently Mick Jagger was doing a assignment with his daughter, and they would look back on an old Greek theater or something, where they would have like towers of on stage with people watching from there. And so when he was doing this project with his daughter, he got the idea of building something like that for the stage for the Stones concert. So if you were lucky enough, you got picked from the audience, you could go up and sit up
that's
above
cool.
and see the Stones.
That's cool.
And Mick said, well, the problem there was that people would be trying to take pictures, and they drop their cell phones, they get hit on the head with cell phones and that kind of stuff, which didn't happen with the ancient Greeks or something. So that, that might, like, if you really got some, I don't know, energy is to build something like that.
that may come along at some point.
Build a little apartment complex or something that people could sit and look down on it.
Yeah, we're
although you get, you probably get the same effect just being up in the balcony.
right. And I guess for Rock Nativity, they're looking to use the balcony for a number of numbers, with people up lining
that's
the
a
edge of the
great
balcony
idea.
for singing as well.
That's a great idea.
So it's going to be it'll be a stretch for the theater.
Right. But I was thinking that Chris Dietrich would find the craziest places to do theater, and he would make it work.
Yes.
Halls, bars. He did the Greater Tuna thing at a bar that it wasn't anything particularly big or anything for it.
Right.
And he had a terrific passion for theater.
Yeah.
He was willing to do it almost anywhere. So, and that continued right throughout his life too.
Yeah.
He was a terrific person.
Yeah. I saw him in the hospital. My mother's in the hospital, and I saw him in there. I was talking to him a little bit, and before he died. So yeah, you're right, and it's nice that the legacy, and it's nice it's being done in Conneaut. Now, rehearsals for that are being done somewhere else, though?
Actually, they're kind of splitting them between Conneaut and Ashtabula. Mark Pendleton's church, I don't remember which one it is. It's on Park Avenue in Ashtabula.
The Presbyterian.
Presbyterian, yeah.
Okay.
Right
So
by the
they're doing
Okay, yeah.
part of the rehearsals there, and they're doing part of the ones at ABOB. So I think it makes it easier for the people in Ashtabula to get to rehearsals there, but they're splitting them back and forth, so people from Conneaut, can have their ease of getting to rehearsals as well.
I would think after a while, though, they would just have them at ABOB just because they're going to have...
For blocking.
Right,
And
exactly.
getting used to the space. Yeah.
Yeah, as it gets closer to showtime, I think right now they're working on music, so it should be pretty good.
Yeah. So what's your vision? What's the future after you come back from vacation? You spend a couple days in Toledo, and then you come back.
Spent a year there one day. So, after we come back, we've got we're going to do another music. We call it cabaret. In February. After that, we will be doing Steel Magnolias in March.
Also directed by me.
Also directed by March. And we'll be doing. We're looking to do Godspell in April.
Okay. So things are moving along even faster than last year.
Yes. Everybody wants to keep me busy for some reason, so yeah, we're
Keep you out of
rolling
trouble.
things along. And during that time also we will have the Schoolhouse Rock.
Right.
So that'll be working around the other shows that we've got coming up.
We have to buy another church and
We bought another building so we could store all our set stuff. And
is that the building that you were looking at originally? The
the other part of the theater
Yeah.
building? No, actually it's the old Marianne's Candy building.
Whoa, you bought that?
Yeah, mainly for the building out back, and we are going to plan to turn the front house into a bed and breakfast.
Oh,
So that'll be on this winter's agenda as well. When I'm not building sets over there, I'll be over at the new building, gutting that one and redoing that to become a bed and breakfast. It's a beautiful house, just gorgeous.
so you're good at carpentry and that sort of thing?
Yeah, kind of picked that up over the years. We've gutted a few houses and redone them.
Oh, that'll be good.
Mhm.
And it's right, it's nearby.
Yeah, it's almost 4,000 square feet, and it's just a gorgeous house. We ripped the I don't know anybody noticed we ripped the porch off it a few weeks ago, and auditor's website said it was built in 1903. And there's a lintel over the porch that says 1876 though.
Really?
So it was built at the same time as the Conneaut City Hall. And
Yeah.
it looks like it was probably built by the same person because the window treatments and everything are exactly the same, and they're brick buildings. So just kind of cool. Year of the Great Ashtabula train disaster.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So is that ever gonna be? So it's okay. It's gonna be a bed and breakfast,
Yeah.
right? But you okay? Now this is
Just
you had a lot of
plans and plans.
right.
Yeah.
You have a lot of junk in
We
the
had
A
a ton
bar,
of junk,
right?
yeah, and that
But I
got
thought
over
that
there.
was big enough, like you could hide the junk. I mean, we do it at my house. We do a terrible job.
I think we
hiding
thought that
junk.
when we started.
Yeah.
it
But,
was going to
but
be-
you
goes up quickly.
used all that up, and you needed a new place for
Yes.
the junk.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got all our costumes over there. The back building for the place was just a huge
warehouse,
beautiful
yeah.
building. It's like a warehouse. And the top part of it, we've kind of converted over to a costume loft, and my wife's going to use that for sewing activities, for making costumes and things like that. So it's been kind of a nice thing to have because we've freed up a lot of space in the theater now.
Gee, you were spending a lot of time in Conneaut. You live in Madison, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I sleep in Madison.
Pull into the driveway. I was just while you're here, Rabbit Run. I was there this summer and I did a video and stuff, and that's a really unique place. Do they do anything outside of summer?
They have just started actually. They're partnering with Lake Erie College. I forget what the name. I forget what the name of the series is. They've got a series of a few shows that they're doing in partnership with Lake Erie College. I don't remember what the names.
So that's
the
a
name of their
great
series
venue.
is.
Yeah.
Lake Erie College, yes, or Rabbit Run.
Rabbit Run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was there, they were doing, I cannot remember what they were doing, but they were practicing at Lake Erie College then because the play that was going on was still going on, so they were practicing at Lake Erie College.
Yeah, there have been
So
connections there throughout the years.
Yeah.
They've done that back and forth through the years.
It's kind of out of the way there, but I mean, they say it's in a rural setting and not far from the lake at all.
It's a completely historical
I know.
venue down there. The number of people that they've had. I mean, you
Yeah.
had Hume Cronin
I
on
know.
stage down there. And
Yeah.
Dustin
Jessica
Hoffman.
Lange.
Jessica,
Yeah.
Jessica
Jack
Tandy.
Handy, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's
Dustin Hoffman.
yeah, it's I mean,
Jim Backus.
yeah,
That's right.
this area has just a huge theater tradition, a legacy. So just more people adding to it, I guess.
And anyway, yeah. So more stuff coming up over the
Yeah.
spring, and in the Schoolhouse Rock, which probably could not have been done without your theater. And you've really had and we've got to wrap this up, but you've had a really good relationship with the Conneaut Arts Center.
Yeah, we love the Conneaut Arts Center.
You were in stuff at the Conneaut Arts Center before.
I did one show there. I did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory there. But
And,
yeah.
and while you were on stage, you're thinking they need a better venue than this.
Yeah, the stages are. I mean,
No, I mean,
provide
it's
lot
a
more
good
capability.
venue for a lot of stuff. But
Yeah, I've done a lot of shows down there, and the stage is really wonderful for like choral things because it's
Yeah.
very deep.
Yeah.
So you can actually have rows of, if you put risers in there, you can get a nice choir in there. But there's a lot of problems with that stage because I mean, stage left, it's a brick wall. It's very hard to.
It'd be painful.
Trying to navigate around there. It's always
You can't have somebody running off stage because they were running.
right. It's always been interesting doing blocking there because you have to really be mindful of that. And like when they did Midsummer Night's Dream down there, and they managed to circumvent that a lot by doing a thrust stage on the floor in front of the stage, and that helped quite a bit because it gave a lot more space. So it's always been a challenge to.
Could everybody in the
It's a
audience
block.
see it okay, though?
Yes, actually, yeah, because it was almost a theater and around. It was very much a thrust stage, like Straw Hat.
Okay, yeah.
Like a 3/4 round. Yeah.
Right. So it was very easy for people to see because it was right up with them in many of the scenes. But it's always been a challenge to do. So it's really nice to have a nice big stage
Right.
like Arlene's
I mean,
now.
the Conneaut Art Center has a lot of pluses as far as things, the dance studio upstairs,
Right. Oh, yeah.
and what they do down in the basement,
And just the ties with the heritage of the
Oh,
community.
yeah.
Right, right.
and down outside the Newcomb Performing Arts thing. It's not getting a whole lot of use right now, but that's nice. We were there. They had that pizza thing. They had a fundraiser Friday night where you could build your own pizza and stuff. So we were there for that. It was nice looking out the window at the lake and everything there. So but it does have its challenges as far as the actual theatrical stuff.
Right.
And we're thrilled to have them there, particularly the ballet stuff that they've
Oh,
done,
yeah.
because we don't have any capability for doing anything like that, and it's just been phenomenal.
We don't want to see you in leotards.
I've seen him in leotards.
Oh.
The first show Clay and I ever worked together on, I directed Camelot at the Asheville Arts Center, and he was one of our knights. Men in tights.
With swords.
Okay, but all right. So we're talking about Dracula the Musical.
Yes.
And that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
Doors open at 7. That's this week. Then next week it's on Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And the tickets are $10 for adults and $8 for students.
That's correct.
And that is at Arlene's Broadway in Buffalo. And that is right next to the fire department in downtown Ashtabula.
Yep. Parking is on the street, Conneaut. Conneaut, not Asheville.
Oh, good. I'm so used to everything being in Ashtabula. Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
Conneaut, parking is on the street, and some of the area merchants and or churches have been
The church is there. You've
nice
got,
enough to let people park in
you've
their
got
lots as
the
well.
bank
So
next
there's
door.
lots of parking in the area, but you might want to get there a couple minutes early just to make sure that you find a good spot.
When my son, we got to go. My son was at the Case Western. There was that old church there that was converted that they had theater, and you parked on the street and you had a bit of a walk to get there.
Right.
So that's nothing unusual.
Yeah, there's
much worse than.
There's
There
300 or
were
400
2.5.
parking spaces within a block of
Yeah.
that place here. So
Right.
Right. Okay, well, thank you. We have Doug Anderson. We have Mike Mooney, actor, director, and owner, actor, and Men in Tights, Clay Nielsen, carpenter. Thanks for stopping by.
thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't.